This video, somebody asked me a question. Good question. So I wanted to make a video real quick. Says, ask the question of what is the difference between real humbleness and fake humbleness? Um, it's something where as I get to know people more and what people will do for attention, fame, recognition, I start to understand the human condition more. I'm naturally introverted at heart, so to me, humbleness is introverted. Extrovertedness is the opposite, like arrogance. So only introverts would really be able to truly understand what humbleness is. People are not like completely introvert, people are not completely extrovert, but there's gonna be something where we are more natural. Some people are more naturally extroverted. Some people more naturally introverted, and the extroverted people are the ones that are just very, very arrogant. Very much. These are the people that are like the know-it-all. These are the people that are very dominating, very controlling. They love to tell people what to do. So these are attributes of the people who are not humble. So if you notice these people, that have these attributes, these are attributes that are valued in the society. So these people that love to be leaders, that love to be managers, that love to be in control, it's this feeling that gives them so much energy to just dominate, to win. Winning is very important. Being very competitive is very important. You know, Getting recognition is very important. These people are not humble. It goes against humbleness. Now, when you meet somebody who's naturally this way, and you don't tell them to be anything other than who they are, then it already just shows right away that these are not humble people. These are not naturally humble people. These are people that, will take advantage if they have the opportunity. These are types of people, that if they could cheat without getting caught to win, they will do it. These are the type of people that will step over other people in order to, be ahead. Okay, this is the type of cutthroat mentality of the society that we live in, and this is essentially what is valued in all aspects of business out there. Even right now with the presidential elections, these candidates, they're practicing these techniques to win. These are not humble people. Okay, so people that just thrive on this ego, competitive energy are not humble people. Humble people are like people that just naturally, it's almost like they know that they are not masters. They know that they're not perfect. They know that there's always room for improvement. They know that whatever they achieve or think that they achieve is just very minuscule compared to the totality. Humble people are individuals that don't care to compete. Humble people are individuals who are motivated to excel regardless if they're by themselves or if there's other people around. It doesn't change their energy levels. Like, they do things because they just naturally enjoy doing things. They don't do things to impress the people from the outside. Humble people, they're not competitive. They do not challenge other people. Humble people, like, they don't really get jealous. If they do get jealous, they identify it as jealousy and they know that it's the ego speaking. Like humble people are individuals, they have an ego, but they understand it more deeply and they have better control of it, and they don't let the ego overtake them. They are not a slave to the ego, they are more a master over the ego. So humble people are like individuals, obviously they don't really brag, you know, but humble people may be put in a position where they may have to develop this type of extroverted energy in order to even flow and succeed in life. So there are people that are naturally humble that have to learn to be extroverted, basically learn to not be humble in order to succeed in this life. And then there's people that are naturally extroverted that it's almost like they never have an incentive to be humble unless it's a situation where they're trying to join my school. Then they're forced to learn to be humble if they want to achieve rank. But that's rarely the case. Most people that are extroverted will never have to really learn to be humble unless they're forced to. And a situation, an example would be something like a Ronda Rousey, who is extremely arrogant and very much thinking so much of herself when she was undefeated, and then when she finally lost, and she lost bad, that was a forced experience of humbleness, you know, onto her. So much to the point where she even admitted almost committing suicide. Now, most arrogant people will not go through such experiences in order to force this type of spiritual work within themselves. And even if they go through these experiences, the experience may not be dramatic enough in order for them to change, to become, to embrace more of the yin, the yin side of them, the softer side of them. Like even like Mayweather, who's undefeated and retired undefeated, there's really no situation that he has to really go through to really develop humbleness. Because we live in a world where they pay you to be arrogant. They don't pay you to be humble. So if you want to get a job, you got to go out there and prove that you are the right candidate for that job. You got to prove that you are capable for this job. You got to prove that you should be the one that's hired. So just like with the president, election, the presidents have to prove that they're capable. They have to, even if they have to lie, they will lie to get ahead. They will do whatever they have to do to win. And this is what sports is all about. That's why you see a lot of these sporting teams cheating, individual athletes cheating. This is all not humbleness. Everything that's revolved around competition is not humbleness. Humbleness is like meditation. Humbleness is something where the person truly does not care to be number one, truly does not care to win, truly is just content with his position, his way of life. He accepts the good, he accepts the bad, and he's just natural. And it's humbleness is something that comes natural. It's something where you might be taught early on in life, like as soon as you're born, to be humble. It might be your father, your mother, putting you in check when they see that you're getting too arrogant and too cocky. Because through many years of arrogance and cockiness, it could get so crystallized that there's no turning back. It's like somebody that never stretches for like 30 years. You can't just expect them to be flexible. They're so inflexible, they're so tense to the point where it's almost like they give up on becoming flexible because it's been so long. The habit of not stretching has been too long of a habit. It has affected their flexibility for their entire life. But somebody that stretches for since birth, can be flexible for his entire life. So basically, somebody that's taught to be humble early on pretty much can always be humble for the rest of his life. So if a person is enjoying, these positions of power, this person is enjoying, this fame, this recognition, and you just see so much joy in it, then that's not humbleness. If the person is he just loves teaching, it's like he just can't get enough of teaching. Like this is his like, he loves being the person to just lead people. He never wants to follow. He always wants to lead. That is not humbleness. This person always feels that he just knows everything, that he's never wrong, like always right. That is not humbleness. This person never apologizes for anything that he's ever done because he's always right. This is not humbleness. A humble person can admit to his weaknesses. He can acknowledge that he is not all powerful. He can acknowledge that he is a human being. He can acknowledge that he makes mistakes. And a humble person can admit that when he doesn't know something, he'll tell you. He's not going to pretend like he knows it when he doesn't. Somebody that is not humble will mask away all his weaknesses and make it seem like he's perfect when he's not. A humble person is like somebody that doesn't want to teach, but he should teach because he's the one who is actually qualified to teach. The person that's not humble is the person that loves to teach as soon as he has the opportunity to teach, even though he's not even qualified. The person that is not humble is the type of person where he might read a book and then all of a sudden he knows it all. The person, who is not humble is the type of person who, just will always make it seem, he will never like to be put in a position where he would ever lose or feel that he's below somebody. He will only want to be around other people when he feels he's superior over them. So basically, the person that is not humble is the person that has very strong qualities of extrovertedness. The humble person naturally has introverted qualities.